On this week's episode of Baddies, we see Tommy have her goons pull up in the black truck and jump on some of the girls, allegedly. And can we just talk about for a minute how absurd and ridiculous that cubic sapphire looked on this week's episode? I mean, pathetic is not even the word. But listen, we're going to break it down, all of it. Let's get into it. You better believe we're going to talk about it. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Gentry. Don't forget to follow me on all social media platforms at Gentry. There's more information in the description box below for those that want to follow. Welcome to the official Baddies USA After Show, where we recap and break down the latest episode of Baddies airing on the Zeus Network. Now, before we begin, you guys already know what to do. If you don't mind and would be so ever gracious to click that subscribe button if you have not subscribed yet, so you never ever miss a beat, an episode, a nothing. Okay, baby? Also, press that thumbs up button, like this video. That helps me get into the algorithm. And if you also want to hype this video up, hype me up as well. That is a new program by YouTube that helps smaller creators like myself grow. Okay? Last but not least, join the conversation. Leave me your thoughts and opinions on this week's episode, because we got some things to talk about. Okay? Hope you all are having a great week. How's everybody doing out there? You guys doing good? Yeah? I need my water. I forgot my water. Okay. So, let's just get into it. This week's episode began with the all black truck SUV pulling up, and Tommy's friends were allegedly in this all black SUV. And I just think it's funny how these girls act when a camera is in their face. Because if you guys notice in this scene, when the SUV pulls up and they jump on whoever they allegedly jumped on, pay attention to some of the girls like Mariah Lynn and all these other girls who are just straight weak sauce. They're out there doing all this, yeah. Like, come on, like, you don't fuck with us, like, what you doing? We sisterhood over here, yeah. Like, Mariah particularly doing all this hooting and hollering, and I'm just like, girl, sit down, because if you didn't have all this backup right here with you, you wouldn't be doing all that hooting and motherfucking hollering. And it's like they always want to do this, oh, we stick together as baddies when we're out. We stick together. No, the fuck y'all don't. When have y'all ever stuck together? All y'all do is bash each other in the head and talk shit on the internet. Miss me with this sticking together shit. Now, Tommy, she said deny, deny, deny. All right? She said she don't know what's going on. She never saw no girls getting out the car and start jumping somebody. She said she never saw it. And listen, to be fair, as a viewer, we didn't see it either. Next case. Okay? Next case. Because I don't like doing this shit, talking about this shit the stuff that don't happen on camera. You feel me? They be having little stuff happening off camera, and Zeus, y'all got too many motherfucking cameramen, too much money, too many people to be missing stuff, to be missing different scenes, different moments, important moments. If Tommy really had two girls roll up, three girls, however many girls, if she really had girls roll up in a black truck and jump on Cold Killer, and who was the other one? Fauna, or no, I don't remember who it was. If that really happened, which I'm not saying it didn't, I'm just saying we didn't see it. If that really happened, why did you not document that, Zeus? Y'all got to get better. You didn't document it because you're sloppy with your production. There is no organization. There is no structure. And how many times have I said this? Thousands at this point. Now, Tavy, the girls, after everything settles, after the dust settles, Tommy pulls off in that SUV with those girls. I don't know where Tommy be doing what she want. She be doing what she want. It's a pickup in the back, in the trunk, in the front. Tommy don't give a single fuck, okay? I mean, she'll show up to rehearsal if she wants to show up. She's just there. She does the bare minimum to get her check and her coin, and I think she, I don't want to say weaponizes, but more so leverages her position, being that she has been a seasoned reality star and been on Love and Hip Hop and things like that. But Mariah Lynn has too. And she shows up. But I think there's a difference because to me, Tommy's up here, Mariah Lynn's down here. But I do still think it is unprofessional. And even though I didn't agree with Biggie last week with what she did, checking Tommy about showing up and being on time, she wasn't wrong. It was just the wrong messenger. She wasn't wrong. Now, the girls are getting in Sprinter vans and they're leaving, and Tavy tries to tell Nunu that she got in the wrong Sprinter van. You get in the wrong Sprinter van. Now, that creates an argument amongst the two because I think Nunu felt like Tavy was trying to little girl her a little bit. And yet again, we see as these two girls are going back and forth, Fauna trying to get in the middle of it. Now, some of y'all may say, well, Damien, Nunu said something to Fauna first, because I think I saw Nunu say something to Fauna or whatever. Yeah, that's fine, but Fauna still put her hand in between Nunu and Tavy. She's consistently trying to insert herself into other people's problems, drama, and other scenes. And I get it, it's strategic. She's trying to get camera time, but it makes her come off thirsty, in my opinion. It just does. And Tavy even tells her, like, Tavy has to tell her, stop trying to close the door. Like, leave me alone. I got this. And, she's, Tavy's like, look, shut the door. I'm trying to have my, Tavy's like, stop putting your hand out. Stop. I'm trying to have my moment right now. I'm trying to get a moment. And Fauna's like, well, fuck, I'm trying to get a moment too. I'm trying to slide into the scene and get my moment too. And I'm trying to be nice, but I'm just sick of bobblehead Fauna. She's like a gnat. Like, move, move, move. Damn. And can we talk? Why? Why? Can we talk about this look right here? Why? Did you just wake up and say, I want to look like a tacky streetwalker today? Button your pants up. Damn. What the fuck? Like, I've seen some people do the unbuttoned pants trend, whatever that is supposed to be, but I've seen people do it before. But it has to be done a certain way. It has to look right with what you're wearing, and she just kind of looks like she's tricking. She looks like a light lizard right there in that picture. I'm sorry, I don't care who don't like it. It is what it is now. And if y'all notice, every time I feel like a lot of times we see Fauna fight, she has to stand on something or kind of like, because she's so short, I think she feels like she has to get on a bar. She has to stand on steps. She has to, if she's up looking down on you, that might make, I don't know, maybe I'm reading too far into it. But did y'all notice somebody pointed out on TikTok that, and this is just another example of Zeus's sloppy production, their sloppy editing, because there is a scene with Cold Killer and Tavy walking down the street talking, and they're in Chicago, yet they're pretending to be in New York City. The scene was filmed in Chicago with Tavy and Cold Killer walking down the street, yet they're cosplaying the conversation as if they're in New York City. As if you don't have a bunch of New Yorkers, Chicagoans, whatever y'all call yourself in Chicago, as if you don't have people in these states who are watching the show and don't relate. And that's what, like, somebody was like, oh, I told y'all it's scripted. And it's like, no, it's not scripted, because these girls couldn't memorize a script if their life depended on it. These girls couldn't memorize a script and act if their life depended on it. It's just very much staged. Staged and set up is the word. Hey, while we're in Chicago, I want y'all to film this scene walking down the road, talk about this, and pretend you're in New York City for continuity. But it's like, and I don't even think you have to be from New York to even kind of note it. Because like I'm not from New York, but I've been, and I know looking at that scene that they were in, it was very much more relaxed atmosphere than what New York City is. If that had been a New York City scene, there would have been a lot more people in the background coming around the cameraman, maneuvering through the girls. Now, you saw people walking around in that scene in Chicago, but Chicago and New York City are just not the same. And you don't have to be from there to know that. So it's the night of the first ever performance in New York City. Finally, we're on episode, what, 8? We damn near halfway through the episode, or we halfway through the motherfucking season, and they just now get into the goddamn first performance. And they're performing in New York City. I guess that's why they had the girls film that scene in Chicago later. Maybe they needed that scene that they filmed in Chicago later to add to the New York scene. I guess after, I don't know. Something happened there. Anyway, it's the night of the first performance. They're in New York City. Nunu is in her hotel room. She's getting glammed up. Fauna comes in to have a conversation with her about what happened between her and Tavy and all that good stuff that happened outside. Because we saw that Fauna, got in the middle of that. Fauna was her and Nunu had a little moment, and she also put her arm in the middle, and she got in the middle of that for camera time. They also bring up K-Rican. She gets brought up a little bit because their beef involves K-Rican as well. I believe Nunu spoke on K-Rican, and we know that last season, Tavy, Fauna, and K-Rican were kind of like a trio. I think I got that right. Because sometimes y'all be coming in the comments, and this ain't for everybody. It's just, y'all know who y'all are. Some of y'all be coming in the comments and be like, you said Fauna and it's Tavy. Or you said this, you need to watch the show or take notes. I'm like, first of all, bitch, I do take notes, a lot of notes. And that's why it takes me so motherfucking long sometimes to get these videos out, because I got 4 or 5 pages of notes that I'm sitting up here talking about. Okay? Second of all, if I get somebody's name wrong, you know who the fuck I'm talking about. If you watch the episode, you know who I'm talking about. So don't get slick in the comments if I slip up on somebody's name. There's only 562 girls on this motherfucking cast that I have to memorize. So cut a bitch some slack, okay? Now, K-Rican gets brought up. We know that she was in a trio with the girls last season. So, Fauna and Kokilla, I'm sorry, Tavy's not in that trio. That's what made me just bring up what I brought up, because I knew I had it wrong. Tavy was not in that trio. I think it was K-Rican, Fauna, and Kokilla. Okay, I think. Don't hold me to it now, but I think. Now, Nunu apparently was speaking on K-Rican, so I guess Fauna sees this as a perfect opportunity. Her and Kokilla both. Kokilla in the past, but Fauna right now finds it as a great opportunity to confront Nunu over it, get the storyline going, trying to defend their friend. And I don't even understand why K-Rican's not there. Now, like I told y'all, I didn't finish Baddies Africa last season. Maybe I missed something, but to me, K-Rican had the biggest personality out of all 3 of those girls. Kokilla, Fauna, K-Rican. K-Rican had the personality. So I'm confused why those 2 girls are there. I like Kokilla, and I think she deserves to be there. But if I was not going to choose anybody out of those 3 girls, it would have been Fauna. I would have brought Kokilla and K-Rican. We see a moment where Nunu and Fauna kind of bicker over Nunu making a comment saying that she had to check the temperature in the room. And Fauna says, you didn't check no temperature when you came into the room and I was in there. And Nunu was like, oh yeah, I did. I was checking the temperature. And Fauna says, you just walked into the room. You didn't say anything. And Nunu says, well, I was still checking the temperature because nobody said anything to me. I walked in, nobody said nothing. But I have to agree with Fauna on that, because anybody can walk into a room and not say nothing, but we can't read your mind. You know what I mean? You can give looks, you can do whatever, but I agree with Fauna in that sense, as like, if you walk into a room and then you walk out and you claim that you chin checked me, checked my temperature, I'm going to be like, bitch, you didn't say shit to me. What are you talking about? To me, checking somebody's temperature is walking into a room, walking up to that person and say, what's up? I heard you got a problem. Is there an issue? We can talk this out. We can square up. Do you need that? What is it? That's checking somebody's temperature. Now, y'all know I like me some Nunu. I've always liked me some Nunu. But I disagreed with her in that sense. And she was also, She had her guard down too much. She's sitting there getting her hair and makeup done. And she was too comfortable because I'm sitting here thinking, if you don't think this little gremlin finna jump on you, if you don't think this little gremlin finna bebop and jump on you and okay, okay. And that's exactly what happens. Sorry guys, my dogs are barking. I may have to cut the video. Yeah. Just let me see what's going on. Be right back. So we see Fauna jump on Nunu. She attacks Nunu. And as I said, Nunu had her guard down. She was getting her glam done. She was like, I kept thinking, like, girl, why were you not ready? And watching her fight Nunu, the age dynamic looked off. It looked like Nunu, who is probably in her, late 30s? Maybe she's 40. I don't know. I imagine she's in her late 30s. It looked like she was fighting a 16-year-old because, like, we know, Fauna's short. She's obviously young, a lot younger, probably in her 20s. It looked like somebody's auntie fighting a sister. Do y'all know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just missed the Bad Girls Club dynamic. You know what I mean? Where they had a very like a certain group, like they knew how to cast it. Now, of course, Fauna didn't do shit in this fight, in my opinion. I saw her fist, but I didn't see any impact. I didn't see any connecting. I didn't see any damage to Nunu. I mean, Nunu's wig didn't even come off. And if it's anything we know about baddies, half the time, actually 95% of the time these girls get into a fight, their wigs come off. A wig gets ripped off. Something happened. But Nunu is still very pretty, intact. Makeup still done. Lashes still sitting. Her still, done. Fauna's wig's off. Now, I don't know if that means Nunu just pulled hair, because I get it. When you're fighting on these shows, you only have 3 to 5 seconds to really get a lick in before somebody is yanking you up and holding you back. And then your adrenaline is pumping and you're so mad that excuse me, can I please record? Y'all act like this is some new shit I'm doing. I'll be back. Hey, stop it. I ain't gonna say it again. Quit. All y'all. Gosh, now y'all know I got a little chihuahua, which he's pretty good, well behaved for the most part, but I am fostering 2 dogs right now. They're my aunt's dogs, and she's not able to take care of them right now. Very long story on that. So I've got 3 dogs right now. They're small. So I'm fostering 2, and I've got my Chihuahua. And when my Chihuahua and one of the others, they like to play, the other one don't like it. She gets mad when they're playing. They just be playing, and she wants to go, fight them and break it up. And it's like, girl, y'all chill. So my hands are a little full with 3 dogs sometimes. Like I'm a one dog kind of guy. I can only handle so much. But they're good dogs for the most part. So if y'all hear, you know what? Let me just shut this door. There we go. Okay, y'all shouldn't hear anything now. All right, so next scene we see Tasiki, Biggie, Anna, Mariah. They're in a hotel room talking about what just happened with Tommy pulling up with all these girls that came out, whatever. Now, Mariah is recounting her version of the story. And she says, and we didn't see this, and this is the stuff I'm talking about, Zeus. Like, why are y'all missing stuff like this? Mariah says that, Biggie came to her crying, okay? Big bad Biggie now. Y'all know the one who's got so much motherfucking mouth but couldn't bust a goddamn grape. Big bad Biggie came to Mariah Lynn crying. Mariah said she was crying so much that she had to console her. So Mariah says she goes to see what's going on. And Tommy comes out with Summer. And she says that they're trying to get Tommy into this SUV, this blacked out SUV, and then all of a sudden, three girls jumped out who were supposed to be Tommy's glam team. And then she said they got out of the SUV and they jumped on Cold, or tried to jump on Cold Killer and Fauna. And Mariah says that's when she ran over there because her and Fauna actually are from the same place in New Jersey or wherever, New York, wherever they're from, and they know the same people. Their family know each other. So she felt like she had to be Captain Save a Hoe and, go help out her fellow baddie sister, which, I mean, I get it in a way. We're filming this show together. Somebody we don't know was run up and attacking somebody. I get it. I get it. So, yeah. Do I think Tommy tried to set some shit up? Yes. I think Tommy probably, had somebody come pick her up, told the girls, what was going on. I don't like this one, this one, this one, and this one, and that one did this, and this one did that. Y'all want to get a spot on the show? Y'all want to get some camera time? Roll up. Come pick me up. And then I want you to jump on this one and this one. Okay? That's what I do. I think that happened. Yes. Then, like I said, did we see it? No. It's your fault, Zeus. You dropped the ball. But could I see Tommy doing that? Yes. Ever since she brought a gun to set, I could see her doing it. Okay, so we see the girls, they're getting ready. They're all in their different hotel rooms getting ready because they have to do a meet and greet tonight as well as the show. We are starting to see a little more and more of Lightbulb Head, Lemon Pepper, Lamel Plummer, the owner of the network. Y'all know, y'all see him on the show. We're starting to see more and more of him making appearances because he wants to be a star now. He's always wanted to be a baddie. But gone are the days of him behind the scenes as a business boss man CEO. His corny ass wants to be a celebrity so bad because, he was probably bullied growing up because he was very, very nerdy. Nothing wrong with being nerdy. Because there are some hot nerds, but he wasn't one. I mean, this man, you can go back, you can Google him, y'all. Go look up Lamel Plummer on Google and look at Google image. And you will see what he used to look like back in the day. He was very nerdy. I think he's very smart in a way, book smart. I don't think he has a lot of common sense, but he's very book smart, which is how I think he got this network up and running. And he also comes from a very shady family, and his father's very shady. I need to do a video on that. Okay, go look into that. But he used to be a big cornball, but you'll see him a lot now in all these scenes because I think he's trying to be Puff Daddy. He already acts like Puff Daddy, if you know what I'm saying. But and also, have y'all noticed every time we see him, because he comes into the girls are at the house in New York City or wherever they are, hotel, house, I don't know. I can't keep up at this point. And he comes in to talk to the girls with Natalie. And every time we see him, it looked like his clothes about to fall off of him, bless his heart. I mean, shirt, pants, shoes, everything finna fall right off the bone. Straight off the bone. Like a piece of chicken falling off the motherfucking bone, bitch. Like a T-bone steak. I'm just like, Lemmy, baby. So he tells the girls, oh, I want y'all to all have a great performance tonight. Do your thing tonight. I gotta go to Italy, and I'm gonna be bringing, a few of the baddies with me. We gotta go meet with some partners who can help make the Zeus app better, help the Zeus experience, make it all better. I'm taking Scotty and J-Lo with me, and I'm just like, is that what we calling it? Y'all going for a business meeting in Italy? Okay. Y'all going for a meeting. That's all right. That's for sure all right. A meeting of the body parts. Allegedly. Okay. Y'all know what I've said about what I be thinking they be doing in these different foreign countries. Hmm. Um, which we're actually going to get to see that next week, them being in Italy. And maybe they'll film that scene of them meeting with their partners, and I don't know. I'm just being shady. So it's showtime. It's the first performance. Finally, we've made it here. After all their hard work and dedication and rehearsals. And Bobby and Tanisha come out as the MCs of the show, which I thought was a good idea. Um, and I almost said Body's Bobby, but Bobby's body is so T to me. Like Bobby's body, we have similar body types, like slim, petite, and I've always been told that I'm too thin. You need to eat a cheeseburger, your collarbone showing. You should go bulk up in the gym. But I've always loved my body. And when I see Bobby's, it solidifies that confidence for me. Because y'all see, he's wearing them little pants that look like he's got a thong on, but that's just how the pants are made. And you could see his little V. Like it was so cute to me. I loved it. I thought it was cute. Um, yeah, just wanted to point that out. I see you, Bobby. Um, even though I think he's, even though I think Bobby's fucked a lot of his face, because I used to, y'all quote me, go find the video if you need to. I used to say that I thought Bobby was attractive. Especially when we recapped his show, Bobby, I Love You Per. He may not be my favorite. He might be annoying. But I used to think, I was like, okay, I might hit it. I might would hit it. He didn't overdo his BBL. It was cute. It wasn't too big. He had a cute little body. But now he's got so much filler in his face and shit. It's aged him really bad. That's why I have not. I've been thinking about getting filler or Botox. Like I wanted to do a little bit right here, maybe to accentuate some cheekbones. I have wrinkles right here from doing that a lot, and I wanted to go get that done. But I've seen so many people who've gotten it, and it's just like I feel like it's ruined their faces. So I'm just trying to not touch my face. I'm trying to do only skincare. You know, all that kind of good stuff. The facials, the brushes, all that. So, what do y'all? Y'all? Would y'all ever do Botox? Have y'all done Botox? I've always heard you have to maintain it. You can't just go get Botox and then okay, my face is good for 5, 10 years. No, I've heard you have to constantly maintain it, which over time distorts your look. Now, Smiley opens the show. The crowd response was okay. Okay. Now that I've seen her open the show, I would probably switch the opener. It's not that Smiley was bad. I just don't think it was enough energy to get the crowd going. I don't think people really know any Smiley songs to get the crowd going. I would have probably had Biggie open the show with that song, WWD. What's the word? What we doing? Look at the way that I'm moving. Off the dime. Reposado. Feeling like I hit the lotto. I'ma get money because that is the motto. I love that song. And I've said it before. I ain't hating on Biggie with that song. She did her big one with that song. The video too. If you haven't watched the video either. They ate that. Her and Tasiki ate that. So I would have them open the show just to get them on their feet, get them excited, boom, boom, bow. You know what I'm saying? Smiley, I was going to give her a chance. We talked about this when they talked about her opening the show. I said, okay. But nobody really knows her music. The energy wasn't there. Smiley's more of a gimmick to me when it comes to being an artist. Then Gretchen comes out. And baby instantly booed. She said, I'm classy, petite, sexy, unique. I said, okay, Gretchen, I'm classy, petite, sexy, unique. I said, oh, she might have had something there. I was over here like, you know that little meme of Jay-Z? That's kind of how I felt when Gretchen got into the I'm classy, unique, sexy, petite. I'm like, okay, shit. But then she ruined it. She ruined it. Because then she says, I'm what these ninjas want, but she used the other word instead of ninja. All throughout her song was the N word. And I'm just like, girl, read the motherfucking room. Not only read the room, look at the goddamn room. You in a room full of black folks. Come on. Wake up, bobblehead, as Mary Cosme would say. Take that word out of your vernacular. Because now I just feel like she's being intentionally fucking disrespectful when we've had an entire season of this. You've had your ass beat for this. You've had the fans go in on you for this. And then instead you come back onto this season and double down on your bullshittery. And I'm sick of people defending it. Like, well, oh, she's Puerto Rican. That. Calm down, Damien. Calm down. She's got a lot of lady balls to get up on that stage. Okay, to get up on that stage in a room full of predominantly black people and spew that word in her song. It's premeditated. It shows intent to me. And she deserves everything she got. She deserves every boo you got. And you deserved every lick that Suki gave to you. Well, I don't know. We'll talk more about that when we get there. Gretchen says she doesn't think she deserved the booing, but I do. You ain't performing in front of an all-white crowd, ho. The fuck's wrong with you? You might be able to get away with that with the white folk. And they might be saying it right along with you. And you might be able to get away with it with the Latinas, too. But not over here. Okay? And I don't get why it's so goddamn hard. And I'm gonna stand on that hill and die on it. I ain't changing my mind on it. Period. Point blank. And if anything, if this performance, if I was producing this show, directing this show, if anything for me, if this showcase did anything for me, it just showed me who doesn't need to be on the stage and who should. Because we would immediately have cut some of those acts. Like after the first performance, I would even let them get to the performance. After seeing in rehearsals, I would have cut like easily half of the performers. But I do have to say that this show has humbled some of these girls, because shall we see Bad Dolly perform? Okay, we see Bad Dolly perform, and I thought Gretchen's was bad. I thought Gretchen's crowd response was bad. But for those that did not watch the episode, when Dolly performs, throughout her entire performance, the crowd is chanting, "Fuck Dolly. Fuck Dolly. Fuck Dolly." I was low-key living for it. I ain't even gonna lie. And I was like, I felt vindicated in how I feel. I'm like, okay, people see what I see when I look at her. People feel the same way that I feel when I look at her. If only y'all felt the same way about Anna Wack. That's what I don't understand. I feel like people feel the complete opposite. How I feel with Anna Wack. I don't see what y'all see in that girl. To me, that's another, well, I would say it's another Dolly, but at least I'll give Dolly, she can fight. I'll give her that much. But I was living for that. Them saying, fuck Dolly. Because I feel like Dolly had gotten a big head. I think she needed humbled a little bit. I truly think that you can't tell Dolly that she's not the next Glorilla. I think she thinks because she puts the R's in her word. What was, you know how they speak, you know how they talk in Memphis. They put an R in everything. Everything. You know what I'm saying? So I think because her and Glorilla are from Memphis and she talks like she's from Memphis or whatever, or she has to, not talks like she's from Memphis, because she's got the Memphis slang, because she's a rapper, and because she's got a platform now, she thinks that she's going to be able to get into that Glorilla lane. But the difference between you and Glorilla, baby, is Glorilla's got a personality that people like. Glorilla is relatable. People saw her struggle where she come from, and they like her personality to where, and I'm not even a big Glorilla fan. Like, I like her music, but I don't know her like that. I don't know of her like that. But what I do know of her is that, from what I've seen, is she seems relatable. She seems real. She don't seem like she's trying to be that bitch all the time like Dolly seems to be doing. Um, in the words of Nene Leakes, Miss Dolly, you may have the I, but you definitely do not have the T. Okay? Um, but I'll give Dolly this. I'm gonna give her this. She didn't let it break her. I gotta give her that. She kept going. She stayed on beat. She kept her word. She knew her lyrics. She kept it going. The show must go on, and that's what you have to do when you're a performer, right? Now, Tavy and Scotty, they didn't even perform, and they had the crowd going up. You can tell by the crowd response who the viewers fuck with and who they don't. Gretchen, they don't fuck with you. Dolly, they don't fuck with you. Smiley, they alright with you. Tavy and Scotty, the crowd likes. We just need to come to a realization. I think us as a world, I was going to say just us as a group, but us as a world need to come to a realization that this generation has fooled everyone into thinking that they can be a rapper, a podcaster, a celebrity. Everybody ain't got it. Everybody ain't got star quality, star power, and it's okay because we need doctors and lawyers and architects and geologists and construction workers and shit, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Morticians. I don't know. Damn, we need people in those professions. And not to say that you shouldn't chase your dreams, but there are people who want to be a rapper, and there are people who were meant to be a rapper. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they were put on this earth to do that. But then you got people who see it and they want to do it just because they think it's a quick way out. I'll get rich quick overnight, and the fame part sounds fun. But is it really in you? Do you really love it? Is it who you've always been? And again, as I was saying earlier, I was shocked at the response from Anna Wack, because Anna comes out and performs, and people were screaming for her. They love them some Anna, and I got to give it to her. I can't hate on it, right? It's one thing it's one thing I talk about over here, and I've always said, I'm with you when you ain't, or I'm with you when you're right, but I ain't gonna be with you when you ain't. And I'm with her right now. I'm with Anna in this moment because I've always talked about people like Anna, Tasiki, and Biggie, how they're not good for this show, but they're great performers. They're great artists when it comes to music. And I've said that before. I was like, if Anna would just focus on her music, and maybe she can do that now, because her personality to me is whack. Like, this whole gangsta badass that she tries to portray on TV, like she's scary and whooping anybody's ass, is fraudulent. And I get the show is Baddies, but I feel like she cosplays as a baddie, like trying to be this hard ass. And seeing her on stage singing, that's the real Anna. Like, that's authentic. That's genuine. And not only that, her voice sounds great. I think her music is great. The song sounds really good. The voice sounds really good. I just wish she wasn't a trash person. Cult Killer, she got a warm reception from the audience. Rolly comes out, she performs. Then Tasiki and Biggie, they perform. And again, just like I said with Anna, they would do amazing in this arena. I think even if Anna, Biggie, and Tasiki did a little tour, it would do successful. They need to, but I don't know of any of them pushing albums, like recording album. Like take your money and your energy and meet with some good producers. Get in the studio, write an album, take that serious. Don't let Baddies be your only income. Now I know that some of y'all may say, "Oh, well, she's got a song or this girl's got a song." It's like, dropping a single here and there. That's whatever, but like, are you really working? Are you networking? Are you meeting with the different execs? Are you meeting with different labels, the engineers and the producers? Y'all get what I mean. All right. So the show is winding down. We've seen a lot of the girls perform, but we still have a few more girls to come out and perform. And here come Tommy. I hope that's not too loud. I meant to move my mic. I meant to move my mic when I drink something. I know some of y'all don't like that. I'm sorry. Um, so here come Tommy. And y'all know when Tommy come, it's gonna be some Tommy shit, right? So Tommy gets to performing. She's up on the mic, she's performing, and all of a sudden she starts calling out DJ Sky during the performance on stage in front of everybody. Um, because we all know that DJ Sky is the one that is over the music. She's the one that makes sure your song is playing. She presses play on the iPod, on the MacBook, right? So it's so funny because Tommy says, "Oh, you gonna keep doing this to me, ho? Huh?" She said, "You gonna keep doing this to me, huh? Ho? Huh?" Oh, my side hurts from laughing. Tommy is so funny without trying to be. Ow. Ow. Got a crap at my side from laughing. Ah? You think it's funny? Ah? Listen. Well, my thing is, oh my God, I've got tears in my eyes. Tommy was so pissed. Huh? Uh, the thing is, did DJ, and this is a serious question, did DJ Sky fuck the song up? Or Tommy, were you just too drunk or fucked up and couldn't remember the words? Or you were stumbling over the beat? Did anybody else catch that? I don't know a Tommy song. However, watching that performance, it didn't seem like Sky fucked her song up. And I didn't see Sky fuck anybody else's song up during this performance, but it would be easy to blame. It would be easy if you fucked up your lyrics or fumbled on the beat or whatever. It would be easy to blame it on the girl who's been getting all the shit for fucking songs up. I'm not saying that's what happened. Huh? I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just like, because Tommy seemed a little. She she always seems like she's drunk. I'm sorry. I'm not saying she's an alcoholic. I'm not. She seems like she's drunk or on some sort of substance that's got her like, huh? Yeah? You know what I mean? Uh, Now Suki performs next, and listen, y'all already know it's just not my taste. I've said it, and look, I come. It might be contradictory because I come from the era of my neck, my back, my pussy, and my crack. I come from Kaya Thug Misses, that era. But that's as far as it can go for me. First, you gotta put your neck into it. Don't stop, just do it, do it. Then you roll your tongue from the crack back to the front. Then you. That's as far as I can go. When we go to talking about I got cum all in my lungs, bitch, I'm checking out. Cause what? Huh? Oh, my poor lungs. Like, ew. Like, no, I don't want cum in my lungs. The fuck? That was enough. Like, Suki is I'm nasty. I got a vulgar mouth, but Suki is like a whole nother level. Like it's almost like and I like Suki. You know, she's entertaining, but it's almost she's almost self-degrading. Like it's degrading to women. Like I don't even like. And I know men talk about some funky shit too, but I ain't never heard a man rap about I'm gonna put some cum up in your lung. Like, and I'm not trying to make this a male versus female debate. I'm just trying to say like hearing that from a female, hearing that from anybody. It could have been a gay man rapping that. Okay, and I would say the same thing. It's degrading to men and women. Just you got cum in your lung. Like what? Maybe it's just supposed to be a funny gimmicky song. I guess it is. But I just don't like that type. You know the cupcake. Y'all remember cupcake? All that raunchy rap. I don't really get into raunchy rap. And I liked WAP. I liked WAP. That was cute. Hoes in this house. Hoes in this house. Now, who the fuck is this Louis Peso person? And why the fuck is he on my TV screen? Zeus. Is this American Idol now? What is happening? Come on now. Y'all could have left that shit out. They had some guy come on. They're like, Natalie's like, we're gonna bring this rapper named Louis Peso to the stage. You know, he's worked with Zeus or something like that. I'm like, we don't give a fuck. Get him off the stage. Go put him on Bad Boys. Like, we don't care. It's almost like he paid for 30 seconds of promo, and that was their way of giving him the promo to get his song on. Like, I'm not shitting on the dude. He might have great music, but I'm not here for that. We're not here for that. Right? Now, after the performance, the girls are all standing around, drinking, conversing, talking about the show. And Summer asks Gretchen how she feels about her performance. You know, like, Gretchen, how do you feel about your performance? And she says that she's a little sad that they were booing her. And she says that someone threw a water bottle at her. Now, that I don't agree with. I don't agree with throwing things at artists while they're on stage because I feel like that's going to end up fucking up the concert experience for a lot of us who genuinely love going to concerts. I don't know about you, but I love concerts. If you logged into my Ticketmaster account, you would see so many concerts dating back to like 2011 when I got old enough to go on my own, I think. Um, but there are these groups of people that like to go to concerts and cause havoc and throw shit on stage at the artist, and I don't think that's cool at all. Because what y'all don't realize is throwing an object from a far point of view, even something that's this small, and this is not, let me clarify, this is not a vibrator or anything, this is for your face. Okay, it might sound like a vibrator, but it removes hair. Um, But throwing something as small as that from a reasonable distance can harm somebody. And I don't think people realize it. They think it's all cute and fun and games until you put somebody in the hospital or, God forbid, unalive somebody from hitting them in the wrong spot and clocking them. And so I don't agree with her having the water bottle thrown at her, but I do think she deserved to be booed. And I'm just like, why are you surprised, Gretchen? You're really surprised by this? You're lucky they didn't bum rush the fucking stage on your ass. The way some of these girls want to be on this show and will take any opportunity to get on this show, you are lucky that nobody bum rushed that stage and tried to jump on your ass. Now, Suki calls her out because Suki is backstage with her. Suki calls her out and says, did you think maybe it's because you said that? No, she didn't say did you think. She said it's because you said the N-word. And Tinkerbella chimes in, and Tinkerbella says, "Well, she's got black kids." Really? Are you kidding me, Tinkerbella? I knew you were dumb, but I didn't think you were that dense. But you really are as dumb as you look, Tinker. You really are. She's got black kids. So is my white mother, and she would never let that shit roll off her motherfucking tongue. I'm just confused why this is so difficult to grasp. 2 seasons of talking about this now, and we're still like, what? Gretchen responds to Suki and says, I mean, the amount of excuses. She's got black kids. She's Hispanic. Gretchen says, Gretchen literally says, this is New York. Ho, is you cool? Are you crazy? Even more the reason not to say it, because you don't get fucked up in New York. You don't get fucked up anywhere with that kind of mouth and behavior. But in New York? Girl. I mean, it's giving. Not only does she look like an ostrich bird, big bird, you got a bird brain, sweetie. It's giving me bird brain. I mean, Suki said they booed you because you said ninja, and the crowd is all ninja. I'm not gonna say that, even though I'm black. And listen, some people will disagree with me and say, Damien, you're white, but I am half black. We all know that. We've talked about that. We've established that 100 times. My father is a black man. My mother is a white woman. I get it. I look white. But I still don't say that word. Because number one, why? I think it's an ego thing for a lot of people. They think they sound cool, so they say it. I don't need that to sound cool. I'm a cool bitch without saying that word, okay? Number two, I know what kind of problems that can bring to me. Me saying that word, everybody ain't gonna know that I'm biracial or mixed, and it's gonna offend someone. Now, I can be an egotistical piece of shit and just say, well, I don't care if you don't know it or not. I'm still black and I'm gonna say it anyway. But I'm not, because I tried not to have those kind of problems in my life. So that's why I'm confused why Gretchen, someone who's not even black, is saying the word. And it's triggering because I went to an all-white school, and a lot of white kids would say that same word. So hearing her say it, and these white kids that I would go to school with would feel justified in what they were saying, and the same way she feels justified in what she's saying, it's like, Gretchen, just shut the fuck up. It's not that difficult. Or you could have bleeped out the word. Or change it to ninja. I'm tired of trying to educate these idiots. Now, somebody said, why is it, I don't know if Gretchen said, I think it was Gretchen that said this. Why is it, yeah, she said, why is it only offensive when Gretchen says it? Because your skin is the color of Elmer's glue, ho. That's why. Do you get it now? I don't care if you Puerto Rican. I don't care if you from New York. I don't care if you've had 50 black dicks put in your coochie, your booty hole, your ears, your hands, and your mouth. Stop saying it, Gretchen. Period. What's not sticking? Now, Nunu ends up saying that Gretchen is a cracker. Nunu says Gretchen is a cracker, and that's why it's offensive. I don't know if Nunu was just building up with anger, and she was finally like, this is why you can't say it, bitch, you're a cracker. You know, and some people will say that word is wrong to use. I don't really feel like it, because to me, the word cracker has not been weaponized for years and years and generations and used to degrade white people. Somebody can say, well, oh, it's a degrading term for white people, but show me historically where white people have been degraded, beaten, tortured, and used in connotation and connection with that word. with the word cracker. They haven't. So that's why I don't really feel bad for that word. But some people are like, oh, she shouldn't be using cracker. That's a racial term for white people. Mm, I don't. I don't really think so. And y'all might think I sound hypocritical for that, but I just feel like that's comparing apples to oranges. I really do. Um, so when Nunu says, this is how you can tell that Gretchen does not know the difference between race and ethnicity. Because when Nunu says that Gretchen is a cracker and that's why it's offensive, Gretchen says, but I'm not. I'm Hispanic. Hispanic ain't a color, sweetie. Learn the difference between race and ethnicity. Go back to school, baby girl. That's why it's not clicking to her. Because she thinks, well, I'm not white. I'm Hispanic. You're a white Hispanic woman. Just like there are white Mexicans. I've seen a white, blonde-haired, blue-eyed Mexican woman before who spoke nothing but Spanish with a thick accent. They're out there. They're out there. Jesus. Now things heat up between Gretchen and Suki. Gretchen and Suki. I don't think it had to result in a physical fight. I think they could have continued to talk this out without putting hands on one another. But when hands get to moving in your face, and nails get to pointing, and all that gets to happening, and the word bitch gets thrown around, it's bound to happen. It's bound to get physical at some point. So Gretchen lets her guard down for a moment. And Suki walks up and grabs her by the wig and mop, mop, mop. Mop, mop, mop. Mm-hmm. Now, why didn't they let them fight? Why did they not let them fight? That wasn't fair to Gretchen. I feel like Gretchen should have been able to get her lick back. I hate when they do that. I hate when a girl gets hit upside the head and then security steps in and they don't let the other girl get her lick back and fight. I guess that was her only chance to get her lick back, but I don't think, she wasn't paying attention, which that's her fault. That's her fault. But just let them fight. Like, now that's TV, don't ever break them up hardly. They will, but they really let them fight. And I wish they would do that. I wish they would do that here. You know what I mean? Now, Lemon Pepper. Lemmy introduces Natalie, and she comes out to perform. Natalie is the final act. She's the headliner. She comes out and performs. And did y'all notice DJ Sky was not prepared for Natalie? Now I'm kind of looking at you sideways about that Tommy performance, Sky, because if you notice, Lemmy had to say a few times when Natalie came out, let's go, DJ. Hit it, DJ. And she was over there like this, like this was the keyboard. She was over there like, like I don't think she was ready. I don't think she was ready. And then this is how you know Natalie's not a real rapper or performer. Her song starts and she's not even performing. Like the song starts and she's performing to a backtrack, which that's okay. Natalie's not a professional artist, rapper, performer. If she wants to perform to a backtrack, she should let her do it. But, it starts. I've been doing what I want. It's a pickup in the back, in the trunk, in the front, pink tequila in the back, Betty Blunt in the front, Purse 101. It starts. And Natalie's just got the mic in her hand and she's like, you're supposed to sing too, sweetie. Put the mic, come on. What are we doing? And the stage is full of baddies. You got Natalie with the mic. The baddies are all behind her. And then Biggie takes over the performance and starts. She's dancing, and Natalie's like, "Go Biggie, go Biggie." And I'm like, "Girl, are you gonna perform? I don't want to see Biggie. She's already done her thing. I want to hear doing what I want. It's a pickup in the back and a trunk in the front, pink tequila in the back, Betty Blunts in the front, Purse 101, First 101. I got the money, make a broke bitch mad. I don't complain. I just paid the tab. Show me what you have. I don't care what you have." I love it. I love it. It's such a hit. I love it. Um, Now, meanwhile, let's get to the end of this episode. Let's talk about the end of this episode with Sapphire. AKA Cubic Zirconia. Now, meanwhile, backstage, Cubic Zirconia is shattering glass. Sapphire is shattering glass, hollering, screaming, throwing tables, doing the absolute most, bitch. And I'm just like, wait, what happened? What? Like, I'm just as confused as the girls who were there at the show. Because, everybody's on stage having a good time. And even the girls that are not on stage are backstage drinking, turning up. Like, this is supposed to be a celebration. Like Natalie said, look how far the show has came. They started with, like, a small-ass budget, 8 girls, and they've grown this into a tour. Like a sold-out tour. The venues may not be huge, but that's big for anybody. Anybody that, and there are 20 girls. If 20 girls can't sell out a little bar. But I'm going to give them props for as far as they came. We're celebrating tonight. Leave the fuck shit at the door. Now, Sapphire, I'm just like I'm just like the other girls. I'm like, what is happening? What is wrong with her? Like, you can't take these broads anywhere. So, Sapphire's hollering, talking about, take me to my motherfucking sister. Where's my sister? Take me to my sister right now. And I'm just like, I know you ain't doing all this over Suki versus Gretchen. I know you ain't doing this over Suki versus Gretchen, because Suki, first of all, handled her own and doesn't need her sidekick named Barnacle Boy. Sapphire, aka Cubic Zirconia, aka Barnacle Boy, because that's what I'm going to start calling you. Y'all remember on SpongeBob, you had Mermaid Man and his sidekick Barnacle Boy? Well, Suki is Mermaid Man, and you are Barnacle Boy, the sidekick. And in no way am I trying to misgender either of these ladies. I'm not referring to the gender when I say man and boy. I'm referring to Suki being the lead, Mermaid Man, and Sapphire being the sidekick, Barnacle Boy, okay? Because Sapphire would not be where she's at today without Suki Hana. Sorry, y'all. Make sure my camera's straight. Okay, I think that's better. Still a little... It still looks a little... Okay, so all this is going on. It's pandemonium backstage. Production is trying to step in because at this point she is destroying this establishment's property, throwing tables over, shattering shit. Liability, right? So they get Sapphire and they're trying to usher her out of that room. So they get her and they take her to an elevator. And on the elevator, did y'all notice? Sapphire says on the elevator. This is very important because this is why I feel like she's acting this way. She says, quote, "You bitches want a show? It's showtime. Let's turn this bitch up. I've been bored. Give me something to do." Now, let me translate that for you. Okay? In other words, All the other girls are getting their shine, their moments, their scenes. They're getting to perform. And little Sapphire is left in the dust on the sidelines as the sidekick, as Barnacle Boy, Suki's sidekick. I truly think, because think about it, she told on herself when she said, y'all want a show? I've been bored. Let's turn this up. In other words, her drunk ass wanted a moment because it's been 8, 9 episodes and she ain't done a goddamn thing in those 8 or 9 episodes. This was her shot. And let me tell y'all something. Had it not been, if somebody would have told her Suki was out there fighting motherfucking Tasuki, if somebody would have told her Suki was back there fighting motherfucking Big Lex, do y'all think Sapphire would have been doing all that? She heard Gretchen and it flipped a switch in her mind because she knew that she could beat Gretchen if it come down to it. She knew she could probably take her. Maybe. I mean, Sapphire's not the best fighter either. Now here comes Sapphire. Where's Suki? Where's Suki? Who's she fighting? Who's she fighting? You know good and well who she's fighting, so stop faking the motherfucking funk. Meanwhile, everybody is looking at her crazy. Like, and people backstage are packing up for the night. Like, I think the cameramen and stuff are like gathering their stuff. The people that work at the bar back there are like, they're just wiping the tables, trying to finish up their shift. And then you got this crazy bitch, Sapphire, running a motherfucking muck. They're all looking like, who is this drunk hot mess slut butt? Who in, like, what? I mean, if y'all didn't see the episode, I'm not exaggerating. The way this girl showed her ass and was showing out, she needed a good old southern ass whooping. Switch off the motherfucking tree. What is the reason? What was the reason for you to act like that? Because I'm convinced it had nothing to do with you trying to be loyal to Sapphire, to Suki. You know Suki can hold her motherfucking own. You wanted to stunt is what you wanted to do. Cubic zirconia. You wanted to stunt. You're a stunt queen. And watch, mark my words, on the next episode, she's going to blame it on being drunk. Oh, I was so drunk last night, y'all. Like, oh, I was so drunk. Like, like, please. Please. And the crazy part, no, we've already talked about that. We've already talked about it. I'm going to let that part go. I'm going to let it go. We already talked about that. Now let's talk about how the whole time this is going on, the whole time Sapphire is causing a ruckus, Sukihana is on stage having a good time. Sukihana is on the stage with her cup with some brown in it, not this type of brown, not coffee. She had her brown liquor or whatever was in it, and she's up on stage. Natalie's performing. Suki is having a good time. Whatever just happened between her and Gretchen, they left it backstage. The only person that's got a problem is Sapphire. So Suki, what does she do? She runs on stage from backstage while everyone is having a great time. She runs up there. She's moving through the crowd. She goes up to Suki. She's arguing with Suki like, what the fuck? Where's she at? Nobody's paying attention to her. But see, at this moment, for y'all that didn't watch, this is important. At this moment, what we're seeing as a viewer is Sapphire is on stage. All the baddies are dancing. Sapphire's on stage, so she thinks that everybody's going to be paying attention to her. She thinks as she's going off on Suki, like, what the fuck's going on? Where's that bitch at? She thinks that everybody's just like, oh my God, what's happening? Is this a real episode of Baddies? Because I think, too, Sapphire wanted to set it off in front of the fans, but nobody was paying attention to her. We didn't care, baby. They were having a good time doing what we want. It's a pickup in the back and a trunk in the front. Now you look stupid, don't you? So yeah, she eventually goes and grabs a mic, and she's trying to talk into it. The mic don't work. She goes and grabs another one. The mic don't work. I'm eating it up. I'm eating it up. I'm like, ha 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 ha, man, boo boo. Ha, 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 ha. But then she goes up to DJ Sky, and she takes DJ Sky's mic, and DJ Sky's mic actually works. And she gets on the mic and interrupts Natalie's performance. Now, she interrupts Natalie's performance and says, Gretch, where the fuck is you at? Gretch, where the fuck is you at? And listen, only thing I could think about was, baby, if my name had been Natalie Nunn and I was performing on that motherfucking stage, the way I would have embarrassed that girl and called her everything but a rock named Sapphire. And then I would have sent her ass the fuck home, because who do you think you are? What kind of production do you think it is that you finna go and wreck everything that we just worked hard for, rehearsed for, and you gonna ruin it at the very end? Get your ass out of here, Cubic Zirconia. Don't get it twisted. This ain't the Barnacle Boy show. This is not the Sapphire show. And it will never be the Sapphire show. Sapphire, you are an extra. You're an extra. You are Sukihana's extra, her plus one. And that's why I think she's mad. She's not getting the attention she wants. And I love how Natalie keeps performing. She's unbothered. The rest of the girls, they're unbothered. They don't give a fuck what Sapphire just said on that microphone. Now notice how Natalie has a song that features Lemuel Lightbulb Head, Lemuel Plummer, the CEO. He comes out to perform. Now I told y'all, notice how we're seeing more and more and more of him. It would not shock me if he's got his own show coming. And get ready when Scotty with the baby drops, because he's going to be in probably every motherfucking scene. Which rightfully so, he's the baby father. But this is what I think he wanted for a long time. I truly think this is what he's wanted for a long time. So he comes out. Light bulb head. He comes out and he performs because he is featured on Natalie's Baddie Bad song. BADDIEBAD. That's me. Do you know what that means? Right? So after Natalie does her 2 verses of that, he comes in. He's got the second verse. Child. I'm just like, Lemmy, you couldn't have gave the girls their shine. You couldn't have let the baddies had this moment for themselves. You just had to be involved. And here's the thing. You already look like a malnourished Diddy. And I'm not trying to be mean, y'all, because I can say that. You know what I mean? I can say that. I'm skinny too. Okay? I'm thin too. They say I'm malnourished too. Okay? So I can say that. But he looking like a malnourished Diddy on that stage. It's like, now you want to be a rapper? And he sounded horrible. I'm like, no stage presence, no command of the stage, no commanding the audience. He had no breath control. We couldn't hear him. He was just like, BADD, yeah, that's me, yeah. Yeah, Betty, yeah. And it's just like, oh my God. The corn cob of it all. When I tell y'all, this man looked like the corniest piece of the cob. He looked so out of place. It's like, Lemmy, you're a dweeb, baby. And you know what? Here's the thing. We're going to talk about that on another video. Shut up, Damien. Well, we're running out of time. So I'm going to nip it at that. And we're going to talk about it in another video. More about him. Now, the show's finishing up. Watching this entire performance of the Baddies in New York City, I just kept thinking, and no shade if you bought tickets to this, but I kept thinking as I watched this, I can't believe people paid money to go see this. No shade to you if you did, but I just couldn't be me. And it's not even about the money. It's more so about my time and my energy to go watch that shit that we just saw on the screen. My high school talent show had more talent than that. I'm just saying. I can count on one hand how many of those girls that I think are talented and could actually, you know what I mean? Now, after the show is the meet and greet. The meet and greet is pretty much with the entire cast. Minus like Natalie, Tommy, Rowley. They're not there. You know, some of the girls think they're bigger than the program. That's the vibe I get. Some of the girls think they're bigger than the program, and I feel like they forget where they come from at times. Rowley included. Tommy, Natalie, they feel like, we don't have to do that meet and greet. The other girls can. We're too good for it. We're too big. We're not taking time out to hug all these people down there, these nobodies, these peasants. I will not get off my chariot to throw tomatoes with you, baby. That's what it was given. So all the girls are standing and posing with fans. It's and at these meet and greets, it's not like, oh, I want to take a photo with Cole Killa, or I want to take a photo with Big Lex. So I'm gonna go over here. It's not like that. It's you get to take 1-2 photos with the group, the entire group. Which I get it for time constraints. That makes sense because it would probably be really difficult to get all these individual pictures with all these different girls. But they could have had different lines for each girl. Like, line up if you want a photo with Sapphire. Line up over here if you want a photo with Dolly. You know what I mean? They could have had their own little thing going. Because that would be me. Like, I would want to be able to meet my own separate fans. I'd want to have my own little separate merch booth. If that's doable. It might not be doable. I get it. They're in a small venue. Now, as they're all taking these pictures, Smiley sits down in Indian style in front of the girls. Instead of getting in the back of the photo or standing side by side, she gets in front of them and sits Indian style. And Bigotry, aka Big Bad Biggie, aka Pussy Meat, decides to, she starts yelling at Smiley, what the fuck, bro? Get this bitch off the floor. What the fuck, bro? This is a professional. Get off the floor. It's like, girl, please, somebody get this girl some pussy so she'll calm down. Because we all know that's Biggie's problem. She's a closet lesbian. She needs some pussy and she won't admit it. Get her off my show. Get her off. Like, ugh, it was so much nicer when Biggie wasn't here last season. Now, y'all see how they pick and choose who to talk to crazy? This is another example. Example number 3,255 of how they pick and choose who they gonna talk to crazy. I wish Smiley would have got up and knocked that hoe in the mouth so motherfucking hard, her head would have spun like the Exorcist. That's your problem too, Smiley. Stop letting these hoes punk you. Get up and fight back. You, DJ Sky, get up and fight back. It's baddies. Everybody whooping everybody. Stop being a punk. Now, Biggie is saying that the photo looks a mess with Smiley sitting in the front. She says Tasiki, Anna, and Rolly aren't there yet. They should be included in the photo. And that the girls that are in the photo are taking pictures with drinks in their hand. I mean, they are at a fucking club. What are you talking about, Biggie? What's the problem? If I was taking a picture with the girls, I wouldn't mind if they're like, and got their drink in their hand or whatever pose they do. I don't give a fuck. Only person to give a fuck about that was Biggie because she wanted to make a moment out of it. These girls have drinks in their hands and, they're not being professional. Who the fuck made you the head baddie in charge? Who made you the HBIC? Because last time I checked, Rolly and Tanisha, I think, are like next in line or something like that. I know Rolly at least. Biggie wants to be over the girls so bad, and it's like, you don't even have a backbone. How you going to be over a bunch of girls when you can't even be over yourself? And then to top it all off, to ice the cake, Biggie has the nerve to say that these girls look like shit. She said that. She let that roll off her tongue, y'all. Biggie, The girl who literally lets her fupa hang out in every single scene and outfit had the nerve to say that these girls look like shit. Have you looked in the mirror at yourself, bigotry? Have you, Big Bad Biggie? And y'all know I've gave Biggie props when she looks good, but I think Biggie looks good when she wears clothes that are good and proportionate to her body. When you like I'm all for women empowerment. I'm all for body positivity. Wear it, whether you like me and your ribs is showing or whether you got a fupa. If you want to show it, by God, show it. But let it complement your body. Let the outfit complement and accentuate your body, because the stuff that Biggie wears, she just looks slobby. It just looks, and then the sad part is, I told y'all, I know her stylist, Trey Howard is his name. He styles her, and I can tell when it's a hit and a miss, or when he styles her and when he don't. Because when he styles her, she be in some cute ass outfits. Other times I'll be like, oh, Biggie put that on. Biggie put that together. Because I would not see Trey put, like, y'all remember that when her and Tommy were arguing in that boutique, that purple shit she had on. I'm just like, Biggie put that on. Biggie picked that shit out. Now next week, Jayla and Scotty are in Mulan selling pussy. I'm just kidding. We don't know that. Allegedly, we don't know what they're doing. Scotty is pregnant, but look, men like pregnant pussy too. I'm just saying, and maybe pregnant pussy has top dollar. Maybe pregnant pussy pays more than non-pregnant pussy. I don't know. But the girls are over in Italy. We're going to see that. Doing their meetings for the Zeus app. Natalie has Rolly do a house meeting with the girls. So Rolly will be hosting her first ever house meeting next week. We will see Kokilla and Nunu get to scrapping on the bus. That's going to be something to watch, because it looks like Kokilla was whooping Nunu's ass. And I have a feeling that Funky Fauna was behind it. That's your new name, Fauna. Funky Fauna. Because you move very funky. And then we see also next week at the house meeting, Gretchen runs up on Sapphire while trying to get her lick back on Suki. So Gretchen is out for blood, and she wants to get her lick back on Suki, rightfully so, but not without her bodyguard Sapphire stepping in, because Sapphire hasn't done shit all season, as we said earlier, and she's trying to get her moment. She's trying to capture her moment. Get your moment, girl. Get it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please join me in the comment section. I will try my best to respond and let me know what you thought of my commentary. If you agreed with me, if you didn't agree with me, hey, that's okay. Let me know down below. Okay, baby? Okay, baby. Last but not least, subscribe to the channel, okay? Like this video. Hype this video up. I need you to do those 3 things if you don't do anything else. Like this video down there. Subscribe to the channel and hype this video up. That helps me tremendously. Tremendously, okay? I really appreciate you guys more than you ever know. Stay tuned for more content. It's coming. I'm going to be creating more videos. Just like Trouble in Paradise for Scotty and the Zeus CEO, Lemuel Plummer. Is there trouble in paradise? According to the new video I saw, there is. Stay tuned for that. That's coming, and I'll see you next week for the newest Baddies USA After Show, only on Damien After Dark. Love you. See ya.